Hello, dear viewers, dear subscribers. You must have got the third part of the online workshop on boosting self confidence. This is the third part of the same workshop that we have been going on with since the last two videos, training videos. We discussed in the first two parts how self confidence is important, how achieving it is important for wellness and goodness in life, to achieve total wellness in life, and how we can do it. What are the techniques for attaining self confidence? We will be discussing the theme further in this workshop presentation. Let's see how it goes. When we step into professional life, even before that, when we are going through our academic years, sometimes we experience or we feel that we have experienced it this way, that people are difficult to face and deal with. We think that somehow we are unable to deal well with people, although we think we have very sharp, good personalities and we can easily manage people, still we are unable to. Why does that happen? Is it really there is something lacking in us? Is it really that we don't have the required capacities, the required sharpness? Is it really so that we are underconfident, that we don't have the capability to deal effectively with people? Is it really so? Actually, this is not what it is. It is actually the fact that life is tough. Dealing with people is tough. It will happen that way. Anyway, it will happen that way. People sometimes will make you feel underconfident. But that does not mean that you start questioning your self-confidence and your self-esteem. That does not mean that you start thinking that I'm underconfident, that I don't have the required capacities and capabilities. What will it result into? It will only result into the fact that you will lose your self-esteem. You have lost your self-esteem just because of the people around you, because of their reactions around you, because you're not able to face them well. The loss is all yours. When you're looking for self-esteem and self-confidence in other people, when you think their reactions will define whether you are confident enough, whether you are worthy to be respected, to be esteemed, what will happen? You will be rated at a very low grade, because it's very, very easy to point at others, to criticize others, to criticize anything, to point at anything. But to be able to do something in a good manner or properly is very difficult. So when people, they criticize you because it's easy. The easiest task is to criticize other people, or to criticize other things, or to criticize a work of art or a writing or anything created by somebody else. It's difficult to create yourself. It's easy to criticize somebody else's creation. So people will not give you self-esteem. People will not give you self-confidence. It will be very rare that you experience that. So if you face hurdles in facing people, if you find it difficult to manage people, it does not at all mean that you lower your self-esteem or self-confidence. Because if you do that, you lose your happiness. You lose the real meaning of life that you are living for. Dr. Nathaniel Brander said, "The tragedy is that so many people look for self-confidence and self-respect everywhere except within themselves, and so they fail in their search." Dr. Nathaniel Brandon is a psychotherapist and writer best known today for his work in the psychology of self-esteem. So you see, the point that we were discussing, this quotation validates that point. It's important that you keep your self-esteem and self-respect up in your own eyes. Don't look at yourself through the eyes of other people. Now, there is something very important that we need to discuss here, and that is your thought process, your mental health, your perception about yourself, your real perception about yourself, how you really look at yourself. That is translated in your mind as your thoughts. And those thoughts are communicated as your body language, as your aura, as your personality to other people. That is translated as your behavior, as your perception of life, as your words, as what is going on in your mind to the receivers. See, look at it in a very simple way. We all have seen small children. Even a small child has some thought process going on. And when he looks at you, if you're looking back at him with love, if you're smiling at him, he will smile back at you. He will look at you with love. He will be happy. Why? Because even a small child can read your thoughts. Maybe cannot understand the language you're speaking, but can read your thoughts through your body language, through your eyes, through your expressions. And that is something that helps him decode your thought process. So your thought process, the way you perceive yourself, what you think of yourself, how you stand in your own eyes, how your own mind finds you, is translated to others through your words, through your body language, through your expressions. And a large impact is created because of that. And because of that large impact, people deal with you in different manners. And in this corporate world, it is very important that impact is positive. Because if that impact is positive, people are going to deal with you in a positive manner. They will make you, your perception of yourself will make you successful, because that will affect how other people perceive you. You must be looking at this image of Garfield on your screens, and he is standing like a king. Look at his body language. He's not saying anything to us. Look at his expressions, his eyes, his posture. And we know that Garfield thinks the world for himself. He thinks the world of himself, and he thinks he owns the world and that he has a stature in this world. Now, just by looking at this picture, this is what I am thinking. I will request you people also to look at Garfield, only look at Garfield, and think about what his posture feels like. So he's not, you will find that all your thoughts will have connotations of grandeur and power, and you will feel that Garfield is emanating those thoughts at this point. So thoughts are very important, thought processes are very important. Impressions are made because of those thought processes. Your expressions are made because of those thought processes. So we have learned throughout the workshop till now that self-confidence makes our life good, that it takes us to our destination, that it makes us progress along the path that is going to finally take us to our destination. Self-confidence is very important, and if we keep getting a healthy dose of self-confidence continuously, of course it's going to take us a long way in our personal and professional lives. It's going to leave a very positive impact on our personal lives, on our professional lives. So, feeling self-confident, remaining confident about yourself, taking the right decisions, perceiving things in the right manner, and going about them in the right way, being positive, and giving yourself the room to be self-confident, to be happy about yourself, to know that what you are doing, you can do, and you can do in a very good manner, is something that gives a lot of boost to your self-confidence, and then it makes you happy in the way that it is going to make you feel positive about your personal and professional life. So self-confidence really is very, very important. Self-confidence is something that will be liked by your higher ups as well, because they will know that you can make a decision, that you can move according to that decision, that if they trust in you, you will live up to that trust, that you can do things the way they are planned, that they can give you responsibility, that when you're made responsible for anything, you will really do it too. You will have the courage and the guts to go along. You are confident enough. So boosting your self-confidence will make your professional life better, will make your boss think about you in a good manner, and you will become a favorite with your bosses and with your colleagues as well. So being self-confident, boosting your self-confidence, learning the techniques to self-confidence, applying them on yourself, it is all very positive. Let me here digress a bit and talk to you about a technique that I learned about in my childhood. That was very important. That was psychological. My dad used to have a big library at home, of his own, of course. And in that library, I used to go and I used to, of course, pick up books and do stuff like all children do. Once I found a small book there, and kids are normally interested in small sized books. I really liked it. I picked it up and I saw that that book was about psychology. And in that small book, handbook, I found a technique. And that technique was to train your brain. How to train your brain. What did it say? It said that when you lie down in bed at night to sleep, you stretch all your limbs one by one and then relax them one by one. And then do that for 3 to 4 times, and then tell your brain that if I do this, if I plan it this way, this is going to help me in this and this manner. And if I don't do it, I will be harmed in so and so manner. Repeat it to your mind. You can say it aloud, you can say it to yourself in your mind, and repeat it. Tell your brain again and again and again about it 10 times, 20 times. Then you can go to sleep. Keep doing it for at least 7 days and you will get the required results. Your brain will start working in the way you want it to work, and resultantly that will be translated into your actions. So that was a technique that I found really nice for me. Even at that time, academically, I used to train my mind to know that I should study because at that time, every student runs away from studying. So that happened with me too. Of course, I was a very good student, but then to be as good as I was, I needed to train my brain as well. So everybody of us needs to train their brain at certain stages of life. This is a very good technique. You can also use it if you need to. Anybody can use it. This is a very simple and nice technique, and it is really helpful. That's my personal experience. So that you can use it to boost your self-confidence as well, because you can tell your brains that if you're not confident enough, this harm might come to you, and this drawback might be seen in your work, in your professional life, in your personal life. So the technique will help you becoming self-confident, to boost your self-confidence. This is a very nice one that I just remembered. So I hope you will apply it and you will like the results. And I will see you now in the next part of this online workshop. If you really liked it, please like and share the presentation, and please subscribe the channel. Please do, and take care of yourselves.